Alright, we have BillBonzai readied up. Just waiting on Pinkish to ready. And then the show will be on the road. How's it going? Flutz, Matic, Primal, Baroda in chat, Broker, Ender.
Baroda in chat, yes.
And Kid Rocker, unfortunately not able to make it. That is sad, buddy. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're a winner on our hearts, Kid Rocker.
Absolutely.
So yeah, today we have Pinkish Princess and BillBonzai. We were gonna have Kid Rocker, but life happens. I'd say Pinkish is probably the favorite.
Yeah, but I wouldn't underestimate BillBonzai, returning to Red after a little bit of a hiatus, I believe, and performing pretty well in the qualifiers and in round 1.
Pinkish, of course, I'd say one of the favorites for this tournament. But that also depends on just how much he's been practicing. I don't know that I've seen him in the daily races recently.
So as we get underway here, what's this all about, naming our character and our rival one letter? Do you want to explain that, Veroda?
It's fast. It is very fast, and the manips won't work without it. So every letter takes 1 frame to print, which means if you name your character A versus Red, you save 2 frames every time it prints. And with the amount of prints that happen in the course of the run, you save literal minutes. Also why you name Nidoran and Squirtle A.
Yeah, we can see it right now as we're talking to Oak in the lab. You can see the text scrolls across the screen. So that'll happen, yeah, every time our name gets printed. All runners going with Squirtle as the best choice of starter in Gen 1. Squirtle learns Bubble before Brock to quite handily take Brock down. Both of them successfully naming Squirtle.
It's a little harder than it looks to actually name Squirtle when you're trying to do it as quickly as possible. Luckily, the only manipulation that uses Squirtle later on also works without a named Squirtle, but it is faster to name it A.
We can actually see right away that Pinkish is beginning to pull ahead, and that's just from superior, we call it mashing, swapping between the A button and B button to clear text boxes.
Of course, smashing doesn't matter if you get unlucky, and both of these guys getting turn 1 growls.
Yeah. Volba can go for tackle or growl. We want to see tackle spam, but we've seen it lead with growl on both runners.
Yep. You did see a growl miss on Pinkish's end. The growl is only 75% to hit when the opponent uses it.
It is nearly 100% if we were to use it.
Oh, we're already explaining Gen 1 misses? Oh, tackle misses on BillBonzai's end.
Yeah, and Pinkish having to use that potion that he picked up, going down to 4, he was gonna be KO'd by a tackle crit, so he heals out of that.
BillBonzai not checking his special stat. Pinkish having good special. Normally you want to check your stats as they... something happened with BillBonzai's emulator. Normally you want to check your stats as they flash across the screen, because your attack and your special stat actually do matter a good amount with Squirtle. If you have 12 special at level 6, you can forego some safeties on Brock. And if you have good special, it makes killing a random encounter as well as the bug catcher Weedle more easy. BillBonzai getting through without an encounter.
Pinkish on his second encounter. He'll have to KO one of these eventually, but we're not too fond of fighting level 3 Pidgey.
Yeah, he goes for it.
He goes for it.
rewarded
With
with
a nice
crit.
crit too, which will guarantee the 3-turn as long as he doesn't miss.
Yep. So you have two Pokemon you can fight, Pidgey and Rattata. The Rattata has two moves, Tackle and Tail Whip, and Tail Whip doesn't do damage, obviously, so it's nice to have a Rat versus a Pidgey, because Pidgey is guaranteed to hurt you. So generally we fight level 2 Pidgeys and level 2 Rattatas and level 3 Rattatas, but we don't want to do a level 3 Pidgey unless we have to. Yeah, Juan Liwei's Kid Rocker was not able to make it to the race, so he's unfortunately dropped out. It's fine, because he's here in spirit, and we love him.
So we see BillBonzai talking to Oak from the left-hand side instead of from below. We see the same from Pinkish, and that's because we have the rival walking with a little bit of swagger. He's a slow walker, so we try to load him lower on the screen so he gets fewer steps in. Saves a bit of time.
It is actually the same speed to speak to Oak from behind, since it just saves extra steps from the rival.
And
it is not
required
worth
to do in yellow,
right.
So we skip over Pikachu's little cute little animation that goes on. Extra addition to the cutscene, I suppose. If you talk from the side or the bottom. Hops out of the rival's way.
Alright, BillBonzai getting his experience encounter. Not having much of an issue.
Yep, and 19 health is pretty nice.
BillBonzai,
looks like
no.
we got a little emulator issue, right?
Yeah, that's something that I've seen happens, specifically for keyboard users.
Yeah, key could get stuck down. That's very scary for what we call RNG, random number generator, RNG manipulations. Our movement after saving and hard resetting has to be precise, buffered, done the same every time, and we can get a predictable outcome. In this case, we're going to get our main, which we'll see BillBonzai hopefully getting, if his controller or keyboard can stay intact here.
Yeah, unfortunately, when there are controller issues, sometimes it kind of gets into your head.
Yep.
So hopefully he can just get through it without any issue.
Thankfully, my controller always decides to die on Cycling Road, which gives me time to swap out to another method.
Square with the strategic bad controller.
And can he catch it in one ball? If he does it correctly, it'll get in every time. With an asterisk tacked onto
Yeah,
that.
56 out of 57 times.
Yeah. He does get it. I'm not sure if Bill goes for extended.
Well,
he won't get it.
Oh, this is really, really scary for Bill.
Yeah.
See if Pinkish goes for it.
I don't know if it might be like a wireless keyboard low on battery or what the issue could be, but hopefully he gets it solved.
Okay, Pinkish didn't get a pass, so he just goes for the extra tree potion.
I like this especially because he used his potion already.
Yep.
But sad that he didn't get a bird, is what you were probably about to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Pinkish is very consistent. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, so you can, for those of you who don't know, extend a Nidoran catch into a Pidgey catch in the encounter bush right before Viridian Forest. And getting that Pidgey saves you a lot of stress. If you have bad special, it saves you having to do backups for Brock, and it saves you having to catch a Pidgey obviously later. Alright, so BillBonzai is starting on the
Weedle guy.
Weedle guy is a terrifying fight, but luckily we have potions here. Basically, you're just hoping that you can get some tail whips in and maybe a couple of tackles without it being too rude and poisoning you. Or you can get turn 1 poison like Pinkish Princess.
Oh, that's not fun.
That's very unfortunate. So Poison Sting's, what is it, 10%? A crit? Wow. 10% for poison.
In Gen 2 onward, it is 10%. But this will give you some sanity to know that it is 30% in Gen 1. And that is why we see this inflated chance to poison.
So approximately 15% per turn to poison. BillBonzai getting through that fight relatively easily. And he's going to be
going
doing
for
a backup Pidgey.
Bird Manip, yeah. Putting back on that left palette that we asked for.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Did he check his special during that fight? Enderborn18 in chat saying it's 20%. Which is still a greater chance than other generations.
Oh, my bad.
Wow,
20%
lesser
poison,
chance.
okay.
Square, what are you doing? BillBonzai getting its Pidgey. We'll see if... Well, Pinkish really has no reason to go for backup Pidgey, actually, so we'll see him just stroll into Brock. Alright, Bill with the Pidgey.
I suppose we could stay on, we could stay on Bill's audio, I was gonna say, but maybe we'll consider switching to Pinkish after Brock if it all goes well.
We'll be both just gonna... Alright, so Pinkish starting up Brock's gym. So this fight isn't really scary with good special. Basically you two-shot both the Geodude and the Onix, and the only real issue is if you either get unlucky with crits, or if you switch into Abide. But it should be relatively straightforward. BillBonzai, meanwhile, even if he has bad special, he can just switch into the Pidgey. And not have to deal with Bide destroying him. Bide, if you don't know, basically just absorbs damage for 2 to 3 turns, and then deals back double. And BillBonzai does have that special.
Yeah, there's actually no situation in which we damage Onix with Bubble and survive Bide. So anytime we get Bide and use a Bubble, we're either we have enough turns to KO it, or we gotta swap out to our bird.
I should also say, even if you potion, because of some weirdness in the coding of Gen 1, I believe the potion counts as 20 damage on Onix, is what it is. Or something ridiculous like that. Which basically also means you're dead.
I'm not quite sure what the technical reason is behind it.
Pinkish with a mid-12 Brock, but he doesn't have Bird, so... It's a solid time.
With good speed, you could potentially double speed fall with Bubble, as I see the Bubble speed falling the Onix there, and that can let you get through Bide unscathed. Otherwise, someone in chat will point it out.
Alright, so we're starting on Route 3. Route 3 is pretty much just a gauntlet of attacking bugs and hoping to save horn attacks. It should be noted...
Starting out with 25 of those, you wanna... Oh, go ahead.
No, it should be noted that on this fight in particular, you want to see String Shot because seeing String Shots will make the fight just... will give you better damage ranges due to badge boosts, which basically, when you get certain badges, you get a 1/8 boost every time a fight starts to a specific stat, and when a stat that is not that stat changes, then you get that boost again. For example, Brock raises your attack by 1/8, so every time you speedfall, you actually get that boost again. Basically, the gist of it is you want string shots.
Yep.
Pretty much here and over here.
Yep, it'll give you that 1/8 boost to attack, and you keep that until you either exit the battle, enter another, or you level up in that fight. Leveling up will set your stats back to normal, but you can always get the badge boost again, just by getting one of those string shots or leers or, well, not a growl for attack, because growl will lower your attack. It will not give you a boost. All right,
Unfortunately,
call this neighbor, this trainer Shorts guy.
this neighbor.
You like shorts? This neighbor.
Like a good
Yeah, I
neighbor,
live
Shorts
next door
guy's
to
there.
Shorts guy. You didn't know that? Yeah. We went to elementary together.
Alright, Pinkish getting 2 tail whips, meaning he can tackle this Rattata, probably not going for it.
Yeah, smart move to just stick with the more accurate move.
Yeah, tackle is 95%, but it's a very weak 95% to hit.
And what a lovely move does this Ekans have that we're not a fan of?
I don't even want to say it for risk of cursing Pinkish and BillBonzai.
Yep, Poison Sting we like. We no longer need to worry about being poisoned since we are a poison type.
Yep. Also, my man just
Probably
took
not
10
the-
damage on 2 poison stings.
Yeah, a lot of tail whips there. Alright, Bill will probably elect to also horn attack here. Oh,
Ooh,
he goes for tackles.
tackles. Doesn't get
And he
punished.
hits it. Yeah, circling back to only having 25 horn attacks, we want to make sure we have at least 3 of those leaving this route. We
Wait,
really
Bill
like to
Bonzai
have
just
4 or
layer
5,
failed.
though. Did
And
he?
got wrapped. Oh no.
So as I was saying before, where a status move from opponent is 75% accurate, our status moves are quote-unquote 100%, but not actually. There's a 1 in 256 chance that any 100% move misses. So we call that a Gen 1 miss, and Bill just had one of those.
The only time where that isn't the case is when you're using the move Swift, or when you have used an X accuracy. We won't see the Swifts later, but we will definitely see the X accuracy.
Yep, and chat is welcome to point out other spots where maybe a move always hits. I can't think of them all on the top of my head now. I'm not sure if there's another one.
Pinkish chatting LOL. That's always scary.
He might be laughing at the Gen 1 miss. I know he likes to watch watch the stream as he plays. Oh, that's what he's laughing at. So what just happened there was we saw that Bugcatcher 3 had the exclamation point pop up. Usually this only happens when the opponent trainer sees you, and this is why we talk to trainers instead of letting them see us. It's pretty slow when that exclamation comes up. There's an odd mechanic though, where if you press down and A at the same time, it actually causes NPCs, non-player characters, to turn towards you. And in the case of trainers that will fight you, they actually see you and initiate the battle through that means. It lost a little bit of time for Pinkish there.
Yeah, it's what, like a second or so?
Yeah.
It's not
we
super.
happened to Bill too. That's really funny.
That's so cool. Alright, it doesn't lose time for Pinkish at all.
Yeah, evens out. You could actually press. You don't have to press down and A at the same time. You can press up and A when you while you face it, face the trainer. And
Ooh, puff.
Jigglypuff encounter for Pinkish. He's looking for a bird, not a Jigglypuff. You can actually get yourself to face up and the trainer to look up at you and see you, and it's kind of funny to do it that way. A bit of a swag. Level 7's not the best encounter, but he got a good tackle roll, so this is very likely to get in.
Yep, I don't think it's guaranteed until it's at 1/3 health, but it is very likely.
And Bill here at 8 health, which means he'll be in red. Oh, no, wait, no, he's going to level up. Sorry. I misspoke.
So Pinkish starting up Route 3 Manip, which is just
interesting.
another one of those RNG Manips that we use. It'll take him all the way to the end of Mount Moon with a couple of good items, as well as a Paris encounter at the end.
I say this is interesting because I've always seen Pinkish do the older Mount Moon manip that starts inside Mount Moon.
Yep, Pinkish a long time. Sorry.
Yeah.
Long-time
like
practitioner of Enter Moon Manip. I think he switched over this year.
I see. I was unaware of that.
Also, both players opting to continue on the blue palette. It's always interesting to see the choices people make with their palettes on Moon Manip specifically.
Yeah, a lot of people go with the dark blue, purple palette, but I think this might be either the second or third most common one. I think a lot of people use up, which is like what is that, like a blood orange or a red?
Something like that. I personally use up A, which is approximately the default palette with slight changes.
Okay, Pinkish getting past a point where there's a common IGT. A small chance for the manip to fail, despite doing it perfectly.
Yep, it's just basically if you save on the wrong frame, then the manip says no.
Another one coming up right here. He gets past it.
Yep. So Araya, if you look at the Pokeballs when you center on up A palette, they're actually blue. And that's like the only real big difference that I've seen.
Alright, and Pinkish past the last spot the manip frequently fails.
And there are like really good backups for this manip in case it fails. So they're not completely sunk if something bad happens.
Bonzai doing a little bit of an alternate movement at a very, very, very small cost for the manip to fail more often.
Pinkish getting his Paris. BillBonzai encountering his Paris. And that looks like...
Looks good. And it is. Pinkish saving before this fight here. I didn't quite catch how many horn attacks he had.
Well, we'll see very soon. BillBonzai needs to heal. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, Pinkish has 4, which basically means he can spam horn attack the Rattata, and then... What is it against Zubat? Just horn attack and hope, or is always kind of awkward?
We should see him. Oh, nice crit turn 2 on the rat. That was not guaranteed. He will likely leer here and then horn attack twice.
Okay. I know this right is leer horn attack tackle for earlier tackle horn attack for
Yeah, he could choose the tackle here.
Ooh, supersonic fails so good
to be accurate. Okay.
We didn't even say why this fight's terrible. Rattata can tail whip you and then do a ton of damage, as you can see on Bill's screen. And then Zubat has Supersonic, which can confuse you, and confusion is a 50% chance for you to hit yourself. And Leech Life is super effective.
Yeah, we'll see a heal from Bill here.
Yep, Pinkish getting
good
a
Leech
very
life
fight,
there.
and Bill with a not so good fight here. Hopefully he sees another Leech Life and he can move on. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Every single time I see someone tackle, it's pretty scary.
It is.
Tackle's 5% to miss, but if you miss it, then you feel really silly. Because you didn't have to take the risk there. Alright, these guys on Moon menu, they're just evolving their Nidoran. You will never see Nidorino beyond this point. And hopefully they will not escape rope out of Moon. Unfortunately, if you're trying to do... Sorry.
Oh, for some of you that haven't watched Red maybe since the last tournament, you'll notice a slight difference. Everyone's forming this menu using all the items we collected a little bit earlier for an extra chance to get an encounter of a Geodude or a Paris. We'll KO that wild encounter to improve some ranges later on in the game on Nugget Bridge. We do prefer no encounters, though. No encounters super fast.
BillBonzai having some more issues. Okay. Man, I'm really happy for BillBonzai that he got through Moon Manip with no issues, because that's
a really good
probably...
point,
yeah, that's probably the worst point that you can have these...
Yeah,
hopefully...
there are scary spots where you can walk in front of an optional, though, coming up.
True.
Not for a bit, but, you know, in the near future.
Hopefully he doesn't have to worry about that.
Grimer there. I think that was a guaranteed water gun, but he just played it safe there. So Pinkish with, I guess, a low 25 moon. Didn't quite see the exact time. It's a very solid moon time. Probably the best of the day.
It was a 25-20.
Mm-hmm. I think my statement's correct.
It depends on your definition of low.
Low 26 is today.
Yep. Anytime you can get a 25 moon in a race, you're pretty happy, I would think.
Mm.
Gets a Geodude.
Okay, yeah, Bill getting his Geodude. Level 9.
Alright, so taking it, and this will just improve some ranges later on.
Yeah, we have 2 Zubats on Nugget Bridge that BillBonzai will be able to Horn Attack, whereas Pinkish will have to Mega Punch them. Mega Punch is only 85% accurate. And as we said, for Moon Rocket, Zubat has Supersonic. Very scary.
Okay, let's see Gust. That was not a good roll.
Not ideal.
Ooh boy. Alright, so this Pidgeotto has 3 moves, Gust, Quick Attack, and Sand Attack. And do you want to see anything but Sand Attack? Okay, good second roll.
Yep, I like this swap. Just play it safe. Gets a quick KO and swaps back into the right Pokemon. Something that's difficult to do. Mega Punch there probably was a mistake, but that's okay. He hits it.
Yeah, I mean, if you think it even might be a range, I wouldn't blame you for going for Mega Punch there.
Oh yeah, not at all. Or well, I think because he got badge boost on that second Horn Attack, I think it was guaranteed with HA there.
Oh, true. Yeah, so Sand Attack also gives you badge boosts, which is something that's very easy to forget.
And it's sort of funny because it has such a negative effect, but it also has a small positive benefit.
Silver linings.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Bill... Avoiding sand from Pidgeotto.
On Horn Attack, so no need to Mega Punch the bird.
Luckily, the rest of the fight goes pretty smoothly, unless you get trolled very badly with Mega Punches. Assuming you can get through Pidgeotto. Well.
Thank you, Primal, filling in for Veruda, stating the splits.
Yeah, it's very nice to be able to see the standings at a glance. Alright, BillBonzai threw his bridge rival, so now we're on bridge, and we're chilling, pretty much.
Yeah, they're both at safe health, where even if these Pidgeys that pop out, even if they use Sand Attack, we're not too scared, unless we really start missing a lot of Mega Punches. I think leaving Bridge Rival, if you're like below 20 health, that's around where you're like, okay, I need to start paying attention. If I end up in health lower than this, I might have to drop a potion.
Yep. And, of course, you know, there are situations where you miss a bunch of Mega Punches, you maybe get to, like, 20-something, and you're like, okay, it's worth it to go for Red Bar here.
Red Bar, what's that?
So Red Bar is a phenomenon that happens where you hear an incessant beeping sound that would be very annoying, except for the fact that it saves a lot of time. It skips jingles, it skips Pokemon cries. Um, it's supposed to be a warning that you're at low health, I believe. It's at anything less than 5/24ths of your health.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where we want to stay in Red Bar as much as we possibly can, safely, of course, within the run.
Yeah, for those that do PB attempts or try to beat their best time in the game, you'll often see this is a section where runs die. They come to die on the bridge because we aggressively try to keep low health, even if we're close to death.
I mean, that's not the only reason that this is a huge death point.
There
We don't
is
have
another
IT.
reason.
Yeah.
So
So
no
IT,
IT does not mean no items. We can use as many items as we want here, but we are not using instant text from the bike shop. If you go over and walk to the bike shop in, what is this, Cerulean City, and speak to the bike shop owner without a bike voucher and just mash B, you will have text pop up instantly. Instead of scrolling across the screen, it'll pop up instantly. The unfortunate consequence of this, while it is super fast, saves 2 to 2.5 minutes, I'd say. Would you agree with that?
yeah.
Okay. You're not able to open your bag. Oh, I shouldn't say not able to. You open your bag, you'll have to go back to get instant text again. And for this reason, we don't allow instant text in races because Nugget
It
Bridge
just makes it too
becomes
volatile.
forfeit bridge, essentially. It would be very not entertaining because it would incentivize runners to play too risky, and you wouldn't get to see a fun close race.
Ooh, good crit for
Ooh, nice
BillBonzai.
crit on that Nido female.
Alright, Pinkish finishing up bridge here. He doesn't have Moon XP, so he does have to Horn Attack the Zubat, but it's no
Or
problem.
Mega Punch it, rather.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so after this gauntlet of trainers, we have...
Bill going aggressively for Red Bar with a Poison Sting turn 1 on
Ooh.
Mankey and a Poison Sting turn 2, hoping to get a Karate Chop
Ooh.
here.
That poison's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's a bit slow.
No!
Yeah, Karate Chop, a high crit move. If Bill was able to get a Karate Chop there, he would have been beneath 5/24ths of his health, and he would have the wee woos, have the Red Bar.
So, fun fact about Karate Chop. So, moves that are high crit rate, like Karate Chop, I believe are, 16 times more likely? Or something along those lines. Or no, 4 times. I'm actually not completely sure.
You're testing my knowledge into realms I'm not aware of.
No, it's 8. It's 8 times. My final answer is 8 times. Regardless, Karate Chop is guaranteed to crit when Mankey uses it, except for when you get the same roll as a Gen 1 miss. So it is actually 1 in 256 to not crit Karate Chop.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had that happen to me on Mankey. I think I might have had it miss Karate Chop, though. Alright, we picked up Water Gun for the two fights that Bill and Pinkish are simultaneously in. Different hikers, but this is why we get Water Gun. To deal with Onyx and 3 Geodude.
Unfortunately, without Water Gun, we would be stuck thrashing these fights or just doing alternate fights.
Yeah.
I believe in old routes that didn't pick up Water Gun, they would fight the junior trainer up above the hiker that Pinkish is fighting instead.
That's the one that maybe a lot of you might have discovered. You were able to force that trainer to walk down and open up that cut bush is blocking.
Yep.
I think we got Seismic Toss over there, right?
Yep, Seismic Toss, which is very underwhelming compared to what we saw in the anime.
Oh yeah, was that Charizard versus Magmar?
Yep.
Yeah, that was epic.
Unfortunately, it's hard to have cool anime things in a 1996 video game, so... So here we see Pinkish on the last fight before Bill. And he's going to learn Thrash, which is one of the most important moves, I would say, of the route. It basically allows us to clear out full trainers with minimal effort. Aim for the horde. As a side note, the Pokemon anime fooled a bunch of children into thinking that their Pikachu could beat Brock. Unfortunately, there is no sprinkler system in the game's Pewter Gym.
Pinkish saying yes to Bill. He'll help Bill out with the cell transfer here. Cell separator.
So Bill is a crazy person who has combined himself with a Pokemon. I don't know why. I don't know what he was trying. It's like never actually explained. But he is in a Clefairy suit. Or in a Clefairy, I guess more accurately.
And we'll see Bill learn Thrash a little bit early here after defeating the Pidgey. Putting it over Water Gun, and then we should see Hornsack on this Oddish, which is also guaranteed. He does go for Thrash, probably because he watched a certain world record by a certain someone in chat who incorrectly thrashes that fight, but that's okay. It still gets the job done. A little bit slower.
Alright, so we get the Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man meme as Bill saves Bill. Meanwhile, Pinkish going to fight Dig Rocket. So this fight has some potential to be kind of annoying if you miss range on Machop, which is, I think, favored. It's about 55% to miss range unless you crit.
I'm gonna check you on that. I'm not positive.
It's not a good range, is the point. Pinkish, of course,
Yeah, it's pretty
critting the
bad
Machop
range.
and not having to deal with it. Also, another benefit of no instant text here, actually, is that that fight is not too bad here. Even if you take a hit, you can just heal later.
Yeah, I think
Also,
it's 36% on the Machop.
ooh, is that counting crit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know. I've never bothered checking if Moon XP increases that at all. I mean, it does give you a little extra stat XP to your attack, but I doubt it impacts it.
We would probably know if it did. Oh, Pinkish getting supersonic. Okay.
Yeah, at this health he was pretty safe, but it's really nice that he hit through.
Yeah, I mean, supersonic is
on Misty.
supersonic is just incredibly troll. Bill missing the range, so he's at kind of awkward health. I think this potions, but he could opt
Yeah,
not to.
decent chance he might choose the potion. Especially if Pinkish doesn't survive here somehow. There's a lot of ways.
So for the Misty fight, it's basically just Thrash and Pray, and the only things that can really bother you are X defend into only having 3-turn Thrash and Bubble Beam shenanigans.
Water gun, very nice for Pinkish. He gets through.
There's also about a 1 in 300 chance that you don't two-shot star me.
Yeah, I've yet to see that. Happen.
Yep. There's actually a wonderful clip posted by VidGamadict from a few days ago, where in the same race he died twice to Misty and then missed that range. It is very entertaining.
Ooh, Bill's gonna take a little bit of a risk here. Hopefully he can get that same water gun Pinkish just got.
I am not in love with this decision,
Nor
mostly
am I.
because it risks water gun crits as well as Bubble Beam. Wait, does it risk water gun crit? Oh.
I don't think so. I think it lifts water gun crit.
Well, doesn't matter.
It does get
Bill
the
knows better
water
than
gun.
us. He's also got a great
1 in
HP
39
for...
water gun crit would have died.
Oh, gotcha. He's also got great HP for setting up Red Bar if he chooses to, later on. You can, not as safely as in other places, but relatively safely, set up Red Bar for the Fly Split, coming up after we beat Surge. And if he feels like he needs time save, he can definitely opt to go for that.
Yeah. We should mention, though, that Bill is actually on great pace. Pinkish is just on a really good run right now.
Yep.
On pace for best time of the round, actually, if all goes well. It's too early to say it. I'm cursing him, sorry. Oh my goodness, I actually cursed him. I'm so sorry, Pinkish.
Good thing it missed
Okay,
that
he's
stand
fine.
attack, though.
Everything's fine. I'm one of those people who's like, oh, commentator curse. That's not a thing.
BillBonzai picking up the full restore. I'm pretty sure he had about 3 or 4 potions, didn't he? Maybe he's just gonna sell it?
He didn't center, he healed, so I'm not sure how many he has left.
It'll be interesting to see what he does with that.
ATN and I were mentioning, well, ATN mentioned separately, and I mentioned I would consider getting it just to sell it, the full restore. So perhaps that's his plan.
Yeah, not the worst thing. You can sell the full restore for 1,500, I believe.
Yep.
And that'll get you some extra X items or even a revive if you need it.
Yeah, most likely put towards like an extra X-Ac, or on early drill, extra super potion.
Oh, true.
And special. Yeah, so all 4 of these 5 pokes no quick attack, and Bill's gotten 2 quick attacks in this little section here.
So quick attack makes management of HP a little bit annoying, just because it's random how many you get. By the way, do you know what Pinkish is at?
No. I think he had pretty decently high health, though.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's in the 30s or 40s, so he doesn't really have to worry about anything here.
Yeah, I was hardly even paying attention to how his fights went, because it didn't matter too much how many quick attacks he got. Yeah, 40. Oh, Bill with another quick attack.
Alright,
so he's at scary health, but it's potentially amazing health if he can have this fight have a good start.
Pinkish getting hit twice. It'll be interesting to see if he goes for any red bar setups. Nope, just taking the Mega Punch on Raticate.
Yeah. Not a bad play.
Kadabar?
Oh no. We did get to see a stall on Kadabra by SL Weed earlier today.
And
Did
Kadabra
you catch
missed.
that? The Kadabra. Gen 1 missed Confusion. It was a
Kadabar
good
never
spot.
wins.
He lived Confusion crit, I believe. Or at least most rolls of it.
Kadabar being kind of a meme strat. Oh, BillBonzai going for early gentleman. But yeah,
It's not bad if
Kadabar
you're
is
in red bar going in and you want to commit to the gentleman. Like if you know you're going to get it no matter what, because if you go into Boat Rival without getting it, you might risk having to potion in that fight and not being in red bar when you get back to the gentleman after. So I don't mind this too much.
I feel like you know this. Is there any advantage to fighting the gentleman in the boat rival fight?
You level in a different spot, but no, there's no benefit.
Okay.
Using the candy beforehand, I think might have a slight benefit.
BillBonzai is saving.
I don't recommend that.
I feel like this is a fine save. Maybe a little overcautious, but
Yeah, I guess the idea could be he might want to just play this fight really risky to see if he can get the best outcome. That might be why he saved. And then he'll just accept going at it again. Oh, save manips that crit, so a great move.
Yep, and if he hits this Mega Punch, then it is...
Okay, hopefully he knows the strat here is to Horn Attack the Kadabra and Potion on the Ivysaur.
Nice.
Yeah, he goes for it. Good, good. Been trying to get the word out on that one, as are others.
Unfortunately, you did not save Barp. Alright, gets a Vine Whip.
I know.
Oh, Barp the Wire, a wonderful runner.
It's not too consequential.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Second Vine Whip. Means he's at very good health.
Yeah, Thrash would have been a little bit faster on that Ivysaur there, but no big deal. Horn attacking twice. It's fine. Yeah, and since he has the candy, this is actually amazing health. He'll use that candy, Voltorb, which Pinkish is about to face off against, will be guaranteed to be one-shot by Thrash. For Bill, that is. 70% for Pinkish if he chooses to thrash it. Yeah, K-Chill, I think that potioning was still correct. I think saving was probably just because he didn't want to play around Hyper Fang from the Raticate. At least that's how I interpret it. Taking a 50-50 on Ivy's, well, a little bit better than a 50-50, but still, Vine with Bleach Seed is would be the deciding factor if he thrashed the Kadabra.
As a side note, Pinkish just manipulated the cans in Lieutenant Surge's gym. That is a standard manip. Okay.
Interesting Horn Attack there by Pinkish turn 2.
Yeah, it's actually slower than Bubble Beam. That might have been him moving to Thrash and just missing.
Yeah, perhaps, yeah, he might have wanted to thrash, or maybe he began to think to thrash, but then remembered, oh, I just got screeched. I shouldn't thrash.
It was Screech miss.
Oh, it missed. My bad. Missed it. Only 2 power heals for Bill.
That's kind of scary.
It's a little scary, although there are some strats that can reduce your likelihood of having to use the power heals as much, but still a little scary. Namely on Fortune Thrash Girl, the fight that Pinkish will be heading over to. If you do get paralyzed, you could choose to Mega Punch through the paralysis and use the power heal on Bellsprout, a Pokemon that can't paralyze you but can put you to sleep.
Luckily for Bill, actually, because he took the Gentleman Candy, he will not have to worry about one of those big ones that he could have burned his Paralyze heal on, that being Oddish Girl. I believe that guarantees the Oddish range, correct?
Yeah, it does. Also, he does have that full restore. I didn't think about that. Perhaps his menus are set up to actually keep that full restore.
True.
There's a lot of different small decisions where each runner's individual route might have slight variations from others. But for the most part, they're quite comparable. Pinkish getting 5 para heals, an abundance of caution there. He must have seen Alan's Alan's 4-turn Thrash Girl fight last year, where he exhausted all 4 of his and still got paralyzed the 5th time, forcing him to backtrack to the Pokemon Center after
That is a cruel game sometimes.
Yup. That's actually the reason that that I now consider not even using the Paraheal on this Oddish, even if it might actually be the correct play.
Man, Bill's on really good pace. Like, just barely over a 50 surge is where you want to be. Like,
Ooh, Pinkish missing a Mega Punch and then just opting to Thrash instead after getting Poison Powder.
Pinkish, of course, on a very, very good pace.
Yeah, very good pace, high HP, but double hit self and some wraps could put him in a position.
I mean, even without that, we've seen some very good times come out with no flybar here.
Yeah, he does get the 4-turn Thrash.
Flybar just being having red bar for the fly split, which saves about a minute.
Yeah, in races, because it forces that save on Oddish Girl, I probably would round down to a little under a minute, but still, like, huge time save.
For BillBonzai, he lost time on the Gentleman fight, but he will probably be getting just about all of that time save here. Just because it is safer with Gentleman Candy to have red bar.
Yeah, it looks like both runners are grabbed 6 repels. We didn't. Pinkish missing the Thrash range on Venonat, but it works out okay. Do you want to mention what could happen when you miss that Thrash range?
Yeah, so Gen 1, which, as you could probably tell from the commentary so far, was not the greatest of code jobs, has it such that if you Thrash, and Thrash gets disabled on the next turn, your Pokemon will keep trying to use Thrash, but since Thrash is disabled, it'll basically just skip your turn, and let the opponent attack you over and over and over and over. And we've seen a few times different players get absolutely destroyed by having Thrash disabled.
Yeah, and I guess that's another time where there's people who not to move, not the last move you used. So, or any move, I should say, any move with PP left. So it only.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? You cut out a little bit on my end.
It's only 1 out of 4 to disable Thrash. It doesn't actually disable the last move you used. It just disables a random move has PP left.
I believe disable does specifically disable the last move you used in later generations.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So that's like another badly coded move, which sort of benefits us.
Pinkish opting not to save here. This fight can be a little bit scary if you basically are thrashing and get Sleep Powder, or just trolled with Disable. Or with Stun Spore, rather. But it's the Oddish range, so he doesn't have to worry about that. So Pinkish making his way through Rock Tunnel. Luckily, we all know the path through Rock Tunnel, at least more or less, so most Red Runners don't have many issues getting through it, even without Flash. Unfortunately, Flash is extremely slow. We'd have to get 10 Pokemon registered in our Pokédex, and then take a long detour out past Diglett Cave. So we decide just not to deal with that, and to memorize the path. Also, yeah, as Slayer mentions in the chat, there is a specific palette which you can change to, which allows you to see in Rock Tunnel. We call it Cheater Palette. There's nothing really cheating about it, but, you know, Pokemon speedrunners, we're very funny. Primal. Pinkish bonking a little bit, but making his way through Rock Tunnel without any major issues. Generally speaking, you do want perfect movement in here, but it isn't too bad. You can't really lose too much time here unless you hit an optional.
Almost going for HMO1 there on Bills, and probably not used to that full restore being there.
So did he just, like... Or were you talking to him about this earlier? Is this new technology?
The full restore?
Yeah.
Oh, no, but I think I just posted in the PSR Discord about it, or the Red Race Discord, that with a decent lead, I'd consider getting it, and by decent lead, I guess that would also include in a position to advance. So, which Bill certainly is in. So, not a bad grab.
So Kid Rocker unfortunately was not able to make it back to his setup in time to play the race, so he's not here, which is very unfortunate. Also, speaking of the Red Race Discord, join the Red Race Discord. It's a great place, we're all there, and we're all learning more about Red and hanging out. I believe there are links in the main PSR Discord, which you can find on speedrun.com and in various places. Oh, or SL Weed, it's got us with a nice command. Thank you, SL Weed.
Also, speaking of speedrun.com, you'd actually see Pinkish is at the top of the leaderboard for Red No Instant Text. The best race time, however, belongs to Araya, who's probably in chat. You scroll up. Not quite sure. I'll have to see what Pinkish's fly time is to know if he's maybe has potential to take that down this run.
I don't know. If you're Pinkish, do you go for it?
Because last time I said he was on good pace, I cursed him. I shouldn't say. I'm not sure, because I know Pinkish likes to make correct plays, to play smart. But at the same time, if you don't feel like you have anything to lose, if like you're willing to risk the tournament on it, maybe you would go for it just for the hype of it. I don't know.
Oh, BillBonzai getting quick attacked into Red Bar.
Don't tell us, Pinkish, though. We want to be surprised. Don't tell us either way, if you're listening in.
Pinkish to Sylph Bar.
Sylph? What? You said something about chocolate? What? Shout out to Slayer, LOL.
Ma, they're selling chocolate.
Oh, I think Bill might have passed up the elixir. Oh, quick recovery, though. He just steps back and grabs it.
Yep. So the underground... No nugget.
Oh, I see. The full restore grab is to skip the nugget. Looks like.
Oh, Dreekian making a guest appearance on screen. Another really good runner. Alright, Pinkish buying 13x accuracies. This means that he's going to be going for early drill. There's two basic strategies that you can go for with teaching Horn Drill. That's Early Drill and Late Drill, which are exactly what they sound like. The basic gist is just that you have Early Drill a couple fights later and use it on Tower Rival to hopefully have a better shot at getting Red Bar.
Pinkish going to bike to the fly house. This, if done correctly, it saves a couple frames. It's like 59:20. Okay, that's pretty decent fly time.
Yeah, it's very, very solid pace.
We sometimes gloss over what gets accomplished in these menus, but for anyone who's picked up trying to learn Pokemon Red, you'll see that Pinkish is accomplishing all these tasks with precision here. Very nice menu.
Good guy, Araya. Alright, so Pinkish heading out to Lavender Tower. And yeah, to expand a little bit on the menus, they're basically set up so that all the items that we use the most end up at the top of our bag, which just makes everything more convenient and faster to reach. So Pinkish is going to Exact Horn Drill this Pidgeotto. Like I mentioned earlier, X accuracy basically removes the accuracy check, so it will always hit unless, of course, the opponent uses Dig, Fly, or you use a move that doesn't affect the opponent. So all of these Horn Drills will hit.
Bill doing some of his tasks a little bit out of order here. Certainly gives Pinkish a bit of an advantage because he had a pretty flawless menu for Fly. Yeah, it's just a little slower doing it out of order, but still everything got done. He did everything, didn't make any like mistakes. Miss-swap an item or use a wrong item. That could be really bad.
Yep. So, unfortunately, it's very slow when you swap an item to the wrong place and have to recover it, because the windup for actually switching items is very slow. Alright, Pinkish on a fight that tends to be kind of scary. Bill taking the time to clear his chat.
Yes. Yeah, not a big deal. Accidents happen, but of course we did need that off. That copy pasta was a message I sent to Bill and Pinkish to hide or slide it off the gameplay, just to respect SpeedGaming's policies. I didn't catch it earlier on. I didn't see it before we started. Otherwise, I would have pointed it out. But no big deal.
So Bill at very unfortunate health. He has Red Bar, I believe, but the next fight includes Ghastlies that have Nightshade, which will do exactly 23 damage. So hopefully we'll see him hit his Rock Slides. Rock Slide is 10% to miss, but if you ask any Red Runner, it doesn't feel like 10% to miss.
I actually forget. Maybe it is 10.5 or something. I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, it feels like 25% to miss.
Yeah. There's some strangeness with rounding, because all the values in this game are actually done, at least accuracy-wise, out of 256. Oh no, I cursed BillBonzai!
Yeah, that exact same thing has happened on some of the community members, like some of our best runs, like collectively as a community, like we've had some amazing times get to this point and have exactly that happen. It's
Also,
very sad.
unfortunately for Bill, he only had one revive. So he's gonna need to play a little bit carefully moving forward. And
Yeah, he might
possibly pick up
elect
an
to
extra.
pick up. Yeah,
No!
but that's so easy to happen.
He
I've done
forgot that
that.
he revived Nidoking and his cursor was still that was a lot of
And
damage.
this Paris that we catch, most of them on most frames, this is a 15 attack Paris.
Instantly gets confused. This is horrible for Bill. Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is actually pretty bad.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe swap back to that Paris.
Yeah.
Let's let him take this Ghastly down. Is this the first Ghastly?
Yeah, this is the first Ghastly. So if he misses another
Yeah.
Rock Slide, this is
I think I would maybe
pretty
just
done.
take it down and let the other one KO Paris, but it's okay. You can play it either way. Pinkish over there getting the range on Golbat. It's a very favorable one to the Thunderbolt on Golbat, but it's still good nonetheless.
Yep. Alright, please hit your Rock Slide. Okay. So luckily he gets a free heal before the next fight, so this, while horrible, will not doom him.
If I had to guess, splitting experience there is okay. I'm actually not positive.
I want to say you need Haunter, but I'm not 100% sure. That might only be for more drastic experience deficits.
Yeah, it's something that I'll check into, or maybe someone in chat can help us out with, but I would talk to the Haunter from below here if I was in the race, because I don't know if it's okay or not.
And Esselweed in the chat mentioning actually some of the tournament ramifications that basically any time losses can bring on. So second place in this race can advance, but only the top 6 second places of this round will advance. So whoever finishes in second place out of these runners will be in jeopardy depending on how the other races of the round go.
Yeah, X-Mini Blinder in chat pointing out that he fought the optional gentleman, used the rare candy, so his levels should be fine. No need to fight the Haunter. I forgot about that, actually.
Yep. And yeah, Slayer, both of these guys have had very good runs, at least up until that Ghastly. Like, Pinkish is looking at a 107 Flute, which is pretty insane in a race.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have to go for pretty high-risk strategies to go for the unofficial, should I say unofficial? I guess it's unofficial, the best race time. In order to get it, he would have to play very risky from here, but he's on excellent pace still.
So yeah, I guess we can mention the person who gets the best time in a tournament race will get 10% of the prize pool. Currently, Primal Pizza, who's been chilling in chat and doing an amazing job of typing in the players' times, has it. He got a 151.11, I believe, in the first round.
Yeah, that
which
sounds
is
right. I can double check.
Yeah, an absolutely fantastic time. So if Pinkish wants to go for that, he's got his work cut out for him, but he's got a pretty sizable lead. So he could afford to take some risks.
151.11, yeah. It should be noted that Good at Being Simple and Araya did get below that in the qualifiers. That is not included though.
Yep. And the qualifiers were just you had 12 races to get the best time that you could to get a bye or be placed within pots. And Pinkish actually did have a bye, so this is his first tournament race.
Pinkish not forgetting the elixir. That would have been a bit poetic if he did.
The
He was
elixir,
going
more
on
like
about how
tree
it's
elixir.
get your bingo cards out.
I'm sorry, what were you saying though about Pinkish?
Oh, he was saying that it's impossible to forget an elixir. I mean, I've done it, so
Oh yeah, you can say it's impossible to forget something, but everything is possible to forget in this game.
possible to forget to center.
Yeah, there are plenty of mistakes in Red that can very much be described as a mistake that everyone makes once. And it's
I
basically
call it
just
a
like
learning opportunity so that you can set the groundwork for the next person that makes the mistake. The backup will be known.
exactly. But you know, the learning part of those mistakes is you remember how horrible and embarrassing it is to forget to buy fresh water, and you never do it again.
Yep. All right, Silphco rival here. You'll see Pinkish goes ahead and takes a step up. So once again, rival walking with swag. We're gonna minimize the steps that he takes. So we take a step up. So he takes 2, 3, 4 fewer steps. I want to say
Something like
four.
that. Alright, Pinkish with a good Sylph rival menu, and BillBonzai getting onto Koga split. Still a very respectable time, and very much in line with other players who have finished this round.
Yeah. His time to beat is if he can get a 153. If Bill could get a 153, he's pretty safe to advance to the next round.
So, entertainingly enough, every single second place finisher so far has had a 154. So, if he lands below that, he is probably going to be in trouble. If he lands above that, then he's most likely going to get to the next round. And if he gets a 154, then it's going to be terrifying for everyone in that range.
Yeah. Oh, a quick thing to mention, it's actually 5 or 6 of the second place finishers.
Oh, correct.
Advance. There is a wild card spot for the best third place time. If it happens to be better than the best second place advancing time, I know it's a mouthful, then they will advance instead.
Current best third place time of the round belongs to Econ Sean with a 158 20 something, I believe.
Yeah, 158.27.
Yep, that happened earlier today.
Yeah, narrowly beating out Crafted actually with a 158.39. So Crafted taking a few YOLOs after a rough start, almost squeezing into the best third place time, but unfortunately not able to advance.
Yep. So this is the second year in a row, actually, that the previous champion goes out in round 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot that that he won last year.
Yep. Which is a testament both to the skill level of all the players involved and to the volatility of Pokemon Red. Right. So I guess it warrants mentioning the HP that Pinkish and BillBonzai after this Sylph rival fight are going to be at is very important because these guys want to die to Weezing. Very good horn attack from Nidorina. The Weezing does between 79 and 94 damage with self-destruct. And basically the goal is to have Weezing self-destruct so the fight ends, while also dying to the Weezing, so that we can set up Red Bar with rare candies after the fight. Because, as we mentioned earlier, Red Bar is very fast.
And it's very nice that it turns out that we can carry safe Red Bar from Koga to Bruno.
Yep. There's only one particularly scary place between those two. And boy, is he scary.
Yep. He goes by different names. Shows up just the same, whether you go call him Karate King or Black Belt, or Gandalf is starting to catch on. You shall not pass.
Oh, okay, that makes some sense. I was very confused.
Oh, why ATN was calling him Gandalf?
Yeah.
You remember that, right, in the commentary?
Yep.
I enjoyed that. We should just have ATN pop into every commentary for Black Belt and just to take over for a minute.
Yes, please. I'd be super down. ETN, a very good runner who actually Square is going to be facing off against tomorrow.
All-terrain red racer. Aw, going for the swag, that is actually something I like to do. Spiking between those two trainers, but he gets a bonk.
I believe that's a slow
Sorry,
roll.
Pinkish, I'm laughing at him too much.
Alright, Pinkish waking up the Snorlax that's blocking his path. Any minute now, the flute will stop playing its beautiful song.
So how do you all think we're going to deal with this Snorlax? Are we going to horn drill it? We're going to thrash it?
YOLO drill the Snorlax for extra experience.
Nah, we just run away. Just lets us pass. This is actually the spot where I don't want to curse Bill, but I'm afraid with his controller. This is a spot where so many optionals could be hit if anything happens to his input.
Yep. So this... Luckily there are no spinners or anything in this game, but it is very easy to accidentally hit a trainer on Cycling Road. And they don't have too many Pokemon, but they're quite annoying.
Because of that bonk before, Pinkish's Repel actually ran out directly above the PP up. Usually it runs out the tile after you pick it up.
PP up just an item that we use to ensure a little bit of extra safety on later fights.
Yeah, not sure if Bill gets it. Perhaps Bill goes for double max ether. Did we catch what PP item he used in Self?
I did not. Also, Pinkish could afford to take one more hit here. But if he doesn't, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I don't think he used the PP up, so he can't do an exact stall on Juggler 2, but I know he's not a fan of stalling, so I would expect to see a regular Earthquake on Hypno.
No, he actually did use the PP up.
Oh, he did? Okay. Then perhaps we'll see that exact. I don't know if he's a fan of that strat or not.
So there are a couple of different places that people will use the PP up, by the way. It's right there in the Earthquake menu, or in the Cinnabar Mansion. And I mean, it's relatively fast and painless.
And Pinkish going for the Super Repel in the regular Glitchless location, which is a little earlier than you really need to use it, but it'll last all the way through. Oh, I'm sorry. He's on 6 Repel route. He had to use it there. My bad. Before someone corrects me. Oh, 6 Repel route is also why he used the PP up, of course. There are common 3, 4, 5, and 6 Repel routes. The 3 Repel route being pretty common, uses the PP up in the Pokemon Mansion later on. Bill with a little questionable movement there, sort of introducing the NPCs into the mix, but he still makes his way to Snorlax. He'll actually have the same thing if he goes for the PP up. He might have his Repel running out just in front of it or before it. And hopefully, fingers crossed on his controller here.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen him have any issues since the end of Moon. So hopefully that is behind.
Yeah. Oh, looks like no PP up anyway. Perhaps going for the double max ether route.
Okay, so Bill does have the max ether.
Right, Pinkish heading into the second juggler. We got a Drowsy, and we got a Hypno. The Hypno does not get one shot by Earthquake.
The classic unfortunate Nido check.
Those are some nice stats.
Yep. Took a nice long look at them.
Alright, so Pinkish will be happy with an Earthquake crit because it's a quick KO. He'd also be happy getting a headbutt or a confusion. Now he gets the headbutt.
Confusion more so, but this is still fine.
Yeah, he's very likely to either be KO'd by the Wheezing or set up into low health that'll keep Red Bar for enough of a stretch. I know Pinkish is good with the backups, so if he has to do a backup, we see Paraheel toss by Bill here to free up backspace. A little bit slow, but allows him to keep his route pretty close to the route that he uses for PB attempts, which some runners prefer to do so that you don't have so much jumbling up in your head. Oh, the only thing is he did use his revive, so he could have chose to not toss. But I bet he wants to pick up a revive.
According to SL Weed, he is extremely close to BillBonzai. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for that.
Maybe we should go to the 3-screen display and rerun SL Weed's race.
Alright, Pink is rewarded for not stalling with an X attack, which means he's guaranteed to die to self-destruct unless a Gen 1 misses.
Gotta do something. We haven't seen one yet in the tournament, I don't think, right?
We would rather not see one.
I think
the
it's
backup
funny
strat...
enough that I'll volunteer as tribute to get it if it has to happen.
Oh man. Yeah, unfortunately the backup strat to Wheezing missing self-destruct altogether at high health is to cry.
Still biking over to Koga, which saves about what, like 7+ frames, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
And there's one
it's a
man
large enough
leaves.
window that's worth doing it if you buffer up in the bag.
Yep. One man enters,
Or
another
in Bill's
leaves.
case,
Pinkish is
actually,
gonna
he didn't
go
have
get
to buffer up
strength.
because he
I'm sorry, what?
tossed Paraheel.
Oh,
Bill tossed
true.
Paraheel, so he was on bike already.
Alright, Bill very much does need this to go well if he wants really any shot at advancing.
Yeah, Gen 1 miss self-destruct would be pretty devastational for Bill in this position, but of course not likely to happen. Nope. Good thing that wasn't the card key.
So hilariously enough, if you use the card key, it will treat your character as if they're facing down, I believe, which means that Surf just won't work from that spot, and you need to reset your player character.
Yeah, just closing the menu, reopening it does the trick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it actually has... I could be wrong, but I thought it had more to do with the tile that is in front of you. It just checks to see if it's one of the doors itself. And if it's not, it turns it into like a standard tile.
Oh.
The menu.
Okay. Sorry for the wrong information, folks. BillBonzai getting poison gas. But he's at very good HP to die. Pinkish making his way through Cinnabar Mansion. He's already used his PP up, so his Blizzard menu will be relatively straightforward and fast.
He'll teach Strength, teach Blizzard, use a Repel. This is a little bit of a spot that some beginners have trouble with because our steps are, we don't have many extra steps. It's exact. If Pinkish took one more step, he would run out of a Super Repel. And then he'll only have 2 steps to spare to get to the secret key. But that shouldn't be an issue for him. Alright, Blizzard over Bubble Beam. That's always a little scary. We've seen quite a few times Blizzard has gone over Thunderbolt.
Yep. Unfortunately, in this generation, you cannot press up to go to the bottom of your move list while teaching, which means you have to mash down as fast as possible, and unfortunately, that doesn't always work out.
Yep. I guess a beginner mistake is to put it over Horn Drill. Which actually there is a slightly easy recovery for that. You just grab both of these rare candies, use them right away, and you could deal with Blaine without Horn Drill.
And then just go buy another one?
Yeah, or I'd actually... I think it'd be a little quicker to get Fissure. You just would toss the Erica TM before Giovanni.
Pink is struggling slightly to get out of Mansion. Fortunately, does not check stats.
It's one of my favorite backups. Because you get to get Fissure.
Fissure, one-hit KO move that you normally skip from Giovanni. It is Earth-type, which makes the uses a little bit different, but I don't think it actually affects the route, except for Pidgeot and Gyarados at the very end. And of course, some extra text on Giovanni.
But Earth-type just sounds way cooler than Ground-type.
Oh yeah, my bad.
I think it does, though.
Been playing too much some other RPG, I don't know.
Yeah, Bill getting his task accomplished here, but you could see the menu is a little bit slower with toggling around to get things done. So that's a spot where Pinkish is expanding his lead.
And this lead actually is about 3.5 minutes, so Pinkish does have time to play with if he wants to attempt to catch up with Primal Pizza's time. I don't necessarily know if he wants to, but it is on the table.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense just to play normal and try to get pot 1 for next round and not take a risk that would jeopardize that, but, you know.
It should be noted that the 12 winners in this round will all be placed in either pot 1 or pot 2, depending on their finishing time. So if Pinkish does lose significant time here, or, you know, if the winners just all have great times, then he is at risk of going into pot 2 next round.
Yeah, not enough races have happened for us really to say what the cutoff is. But we of course can like guesstimate that a 151 probably is enough for pot 1, but I wouldn't say for sure. A low 151, sure. I think. Yeah, maybe. A low 151, I would be very surprised if that ended up as pot 2. I'd be shocked.
Yeah. I believe at this point there have been 4 races that have completed. 3 the winner was, or 2 with a 152 winning, 1 with a 153, 1 with a 154. So
yes, that's correct.
It is a little bit spread at the moment and difficult to tell. Pinkish mentioning his very unfortunate Erica time. BillBonzai checking Pidgey stats as well.
Yeah, ideally, I guess, Erica, you want to be under 520, but at the top end, but or high level play. That's a respectable time, Pinkish. Do not
Yep.
worry. We know that you didn't practice a ton going into this, but
Yep. Fortunately for the Eriko split, even though it is very execution heavy, there isn't too much variation even if you have a not so great one. Like, you could conceivably execute a few things poorly and still get a 530 maybe, which is of course significant time loss, but...
did you just make a pun?
No.
Execute.
Oh!
Could miss a blizzard on execute. Even if we execute properly, that could lose us some time. Has hypnosis.
Yep. You could also miss blizzard on Tangela, which it can use bind, and that can be quite annoying. By the way, blizzard is a very good, very bad move. It's 90%
It's
to
like
hit,
the
it's super
best bad
powerful.
move.
We are very reliant on raw blizzards in a few moments. So, I think fortunately none of them are super dire, now that we've gotten rid of the one on Viridian Rival. But it can choose to be very inconvenient.
Yeah, if we can manage to not get too many crits on Pinkish's end on this fight, he's hoping to get a 142 for his Sabrina split, I'm sure. It's difficult to get. You have to clear your text boxes properly. It's funny how, like, Pokemon, the real objective here is, or the real question you have to ask when you speedrun is, how do I finish the game quickly? Well, you clear text boxes to advance the plot. And this is like the case where if we do that well, you can get that second at 142 and feel pretty good about it.
Yep, Sabrina is one of the most pure execution-heavy splits of the game, if not the most execution-heavy, so you'll see
No
people
crits
going
so
for
far.
those.
I guess we should mention that 142 isn't the true second barrier on this fight, but I doubt we ever see 141 in a run.
There's the crit. There goes the
I
142.
think you need to have no crits. Is Pokeguy the only one who's achieved that, a 141?
I assume so. Pokeguy,
Yeah.
of course, former world record holder, absolute legend of Pokemon speedrunning.
Can we see Pinkish taking the teleporter pad before digging out? That is not a swag strat. It is optimal. Saves about a second. It turns our dig animation into the teleport animation. I'll point out again when Bill digs out of Blaine, you'll see he spins before exiting. That got skipped on Pinkish's dig there.
There's actually a very weird lag with digging out of Blaine's gym, where you either get it during a text box or you get it before you dig out. And it really just depends on how quickly you clear the text boxes.
Yeah, I actually enjoy that dig, that pressing B into the start opening, and I feel like it's kind of fun execution.
Oh, it
The
is.
questions, however, are not so fun. I'm glad we didn't even talk about the questions. Solutions A, B, 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 A, B, but it's very easy to make a mistake because it's so mindless.
Speaking of unfortunate mistakes that you can possibly make, one, I don't know where I was going with that, black belt. So, this fight's about 1 to 7 to kill you. The Machoke knows Karate Chop, and it is about 70% to crit there. Otherwise, it knows Low Kick, which can also crit you. I think it's something like 7%, or something very low.
And for those of you that know, we use an X-Ac, so Low Kick's flinch chance is not activated because we have not yet used an offensive move. So we don't have to worry about getting flinched by Low Kick. Very nice that Pinkish gets through. In chat, he's saying he considered skipping save, which means he really wants that best tournament time, I guess. Or he doesn't care if he gets knocked out or not. I'm not sure which.
I mean, from here, it would be pretty difficult to lose too
Black
much
Belt Deck
time unless
would
he...
give Bill a chance, though, if he had to revive.
That's fair. So, if you don't save for black belts, it's not the worst thing in the world. You can still revive your Nidoking and be relatively safe, but you won't have red bar for the next few fights, and it's actually worth it to just reset and get the red bar back.
Oh, Minnie is apparently correcting me that it's the flinch has to do with speed. Speed is factored in. That's really neat. I was not aware of that. If you are faster than the Pokemon, it can't flinch you. Interesting.
Interesting.
I wonder, so a slower Pokemon using X-Ack, getting low kick could be flinched, perhaps, is how I'm understanding that.
Alright, Pinkish getting the
You
Rhyhorn.
learn something new about this game every time you you have a conversation about it. It's very neat. You only flinch on the turn the move is used.
Pinkish opting not to take the spin tiles.
But they're so fun.
You get to say we as you are on them for the next 5 years. Alright, so
yeah,
Pinkish
you
heading
go
out
make a grilled cheese. There's plenty of time.
Why grilled cheese?
I don't know, just what popped in my head.
Alright, Pinkish starting Viridian Rival, which is a fight that has given people trouble in the past, but which is extremely safe now. I don't believe you can be hit.
I think I just saw a meme about like making grilled cheese with a toaster on its side, which probably isn't a good idea, but alright, this Blizzard is a range on this Pidgeot. And Pinkish gets it without the crit, which is fastest way for it to go. Bill dropping a save before Black Belt. We have some of our second place finishers sweating in chat here.
Yep.
Oh, we get a second
Alright.
Leer.
Leer's very good on this fight. Mostly because it's a relatively fast option. I think Leer Fail is faster, but you don't have to deal with like Focus Energy or X Attack, both of which are pretty slow. And of course, you know, dying is slower than for other.
I'm happy with any outcome that other than K-Chop crit.
Even low kick crit, Kappa?
Sure, no. Definitely not.
Alright. So Pinkish going through the badge checks.
I'm getting a little nervous here, looking at Bill's screen.
How come?
He hasn't used an item
Oh
yet.
no. Okay.
Okay, he remembers. Okay. So reason I'm getting nervous is something we didn't really mention because it's so minimal, is when you first load a map, whichever direction you're facing, if you walk forward and open your bag to use an item, you'll actually save a little bit of lag that you get on the first turn on that map. So it's best to use it the first step into the gym. Bill used it a little later on, which scared us. If you were to forget it, where would he use it?
I want to say on like Nidoqueen or Nidoking.
Yeah, or the Rhyhorn?
Yeah.
You could try to Blizzard some stuff if he had enough Blizzards, if you want to try to get through the fight and use it on Rhydon, but that's
unfortunately, I think basically everything can kill you here.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times you don't realize you didn't use it right away, so you end up earthquaking that Rhyhorn. I guess I'd use it on the Rhyhorn if I noticed right away.
Oh,
A little troll by
pretty
Blizzard misses here. And
unfortunate,
he's on
right?
the 2 Max Ether route, so he needs to conserve his Blizzards, whereas Pinkish could have used as many as he wanted for the most part.
Yeah, you want to keep one, but it's not even that important to keep one.
Yeah, whereas for Bill, he wants to keep 2 for Agatha.
Alright, so Slayer mentioning that with a 16 Giovanni to end, which I don't believe anyone has said in history before, so congrats. Bill will not be getting a 154, which kind of raises the question of whether A, he's aware of this, and B, whether this would mean he YOLOs. And I guess we won't see until Lorelei. But
Yeah, I'd probably maybe not go for the YOLO, but maybe I wouldn't, let's say, overheal for Agatha. I probably would avoid doing that if I were Bill. Or playing safe around Onyx or anything, I wouldn't, not that that's standard, but...
yeah, of course, Slayer in chat wanting him to just Thunderbolt Bruno's Onyx or something. YOLO Lorelei, but use
this
Blizzard.
Rhyhorn instead of horn drilling it, which is interesting. Just because he only has 1 left now.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
So
Perhaps
the thing
he's just going off the guide, which I don't know if we updated or not to show to flex it.
So the thing with the double max ether route is that it needs to save blizzards because normally before Bruno you would elixir, but he's max ethering a horn drill, so he's only going to have 1 blizzard for Agatha, and if he misses that blizzard on Golbat, then he will need to double Thunderbolt, which gives Golbat more opportunities than you really want to give it to use Haze, Confuse Ray, like basically anything. Golbat control you 3 out of 4 ways. Granted, optimally, you just don't miss the Blizzard, but, you know, backups.
Yeah. And also, after the X special, as long as you don't get that Haze, Thunderbolt's still something like 50% to KO. So, it's not too bad. Interesting little turn there. Nothing wrong with it. I just have never seen it. How we turn to the right. Same amount of steps or bicycle pedals. Will he swag the Max Ether? That's the question.
I really hope he does, but I know in my heart he won't.
Alright, Pinkish swapping over to his Pidgey, baiting out an Aurora Beam that hits, does not Gen 1 miss. And because Lorelei, his cursor's on Earthquake, I hope he knows that.
Okay.
Good.
That would have been a very silly way to go.
Yeah, turn 2, Dugong has priority to use a non-damaging move. And Bill talking to that was a little bit of a swag, talking to the guy there. Instead of letting him see you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, same speed either way. Yeah, so as priority turn 2 to use a non-damaging move, and it has Growl and Rest, but Rest gets extra priority since it is a psychic type move, and it's perceived to be super effective on Nidoking.
It's actually a phenomenon that we've been seeing. Well, not that exactly, but the whole super effective move. It's why Pidgeot from Viridian Rival kept using Agility instead of something useful. Also, why Growlithe was. And it plays a bigger role, actually, in our ability to just set up in this route.
Yeah, it really gives a huge advantage to poison types in this generation. Pinkish has actually done quite a few custom starter runs Pokemon. I'm not sure if any poison types are among that. They get the same advantage throughout the run. Yeah, Gengar is one that he's done.
BillBonzai with the suboptimal optimal swag boulder. Normally you'll see people turn up there because it doesn't lose a turn frame. Also, yeah, Pinkish getting a rage from Onyx, which lets him keep red bar through the end of the fight.
Yeah, normally we level out of it right here, but he got to keep red bar, and it skips that level up jingle, which is what, like 3 seconds of time save,
Something
I'd
like
say?
that. Bill with
Yeah.
a moderately strange menu there. He used a super repel and his max ether.
Was it his last super repel?
I believe so.
Okay, I have seen some people do that.
Right, Pinkish starting Agatha. Agatha is not a fun fight sometimes.
Agatha is a troll.
Yep. So, as mentioned before, the Golbat can wipe your status boosts, it can confuse you. Gengar can also confuse you or put you to sleep, or Nightshade, which will give you red bar and make the fight go quite fast.
Yep, it is the best outcome, but does open up a possibility for the fight to go awry if we miss this blizzard. Okay, we hit through confusion, but we're still potentially confused this turn. Hopefully we snap.
Oh boy.
All
Oh
right, we
boy,
got a hit
Pinkish
self. Got the
dies.
revive. Still comfortable lead here, so not the worst thing to happen, but
So congratulations to Primal Pizza. Oh
yeah,
no, now
Primal's
it's
gonna
either
hold
Flame
on to that
Eater.
this time for now.
Oh man, this is kind of
All
annoying.
right, Arbok, probably you'll see a bite here, I guess. That's okay on Squirtle, hopefully.
Agatha just stalling it out until Bill can catch up. Alright, Squirtle is dead. The Pinkish gonna set up with an X speed, which will just
It's a little
guarantee that he...
questionable at 85, but oh, he got
Okay,
such a good outcome though.
no longer questionable. So you use an X speed to outspeed the Gengar at the end of the fight.
Yeah, normally we don't do that if we're above 60 health, because Nightshade won't be able to KO us. Uh,
Yeah. Do we see the Yellow Lance?
oh, I don't see why we would. I think just regular, because he only used one super on Agatha, so he still has 2 of them.
So
Also, I
there
don't.
is... Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, there is a strat where you just go straight into Lance and Thunderbolt and prey on Gyarados. The idea behind it being that if you crit, very good. If you paralyze, very good. If it misses Hydro Pump, very good. And if not, then you can just revive Nidoking, send it back out, and finish the job. Of course, there are some complications to that, such as if he uses Hyper Potion on his Gyarados. But it does
Yeah,
exist as a
that
relatively slow, safe strat if you're very far ahead.
yeah. For that reason, if you don't have 2 revives, it's not a. Generally, we shouldn't ever YOLO. Okay, living the Hydro Pump, non-crit. That's good.
18's not the greatest health.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
can definitely afford to heal off, though. I believe
Hmm.
this HP will probably be, or this time will be relatively safe for pot 1 next round, if he goes in with potion. But obviously, shouldn't just make that assumption.
Yeah, 22. I would guess Pinkish is just gonna go in.
Might. I don't see I don't see why you would with this lead. But he does. So hopefully he doesn't see any wing attack crits or the like.
Yeah, wing attack does 18 to 22, 22 being pretty unlikely.
Oh,
But
Araya says he
crits,
has no supers. Okay, that'll do it.
yeah, he only had potions left. I'm not sure how many. Or did he? I think he had potions left.
Okay, Whirlwind. Mirror move, and he is through.
Oh,
GG's to
yep.
Pinkish
Good
Princess.
game for Pinkish.
BillBonzai gets confused. That is...
Getting through that confusion.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Hopefully he'll snap.
And
Okay.
confused no more and hits his only Blizzard. Good for Bill. I think we've seen some genuine misses after this point so far. At least one on Arbok, I think, at this tournament. But it's not too consequential at this health, if it were to happen.
So BillBonzai gonna move on to Lance. Yeah, I don't think he has time to beat the collection of 154s.
Yeah,
Which is...
I think because if he finishes, I think he still has a chance to advance. So I'd probably just Elixir Super save, but he might choose to not save. Just depends on his perception of how these second place finishes are gonna turn out.
Yep. Of course, crazier things have happened, and there's still a chance to get through with a 155 or a 156. It's just pretty...
Supering first, which is fine. Just make sure we remember to Elixir.
Yep. It's just scary, and you'd prefer to control your own destiny, so to speak, here.
Yeah, you at least want your hat in the ring, so I think this accomplishes that. Dropping the save, and hopefully not dying more than once to land. So. Pinkish is such on the border of 151 and 152 flat. Oh, did we X-Ack there? Is that what happened?
I didn't see.
He reset right away after Hydro Pump hit, so I think we must have accidentally used an
X-accidentally. Oh, that's very unfortunate for Bill.
But he does get to throw it back over to the left pallet. Now let's see, can Pinkish make it in for the minute?
Just does.
Okay, just barely, yeah.
Alright, so Pinkish with the best time of the round, I believe. 150, 158. Very impressive after... I don't believe I've seen him, like I said earlier, doing much practice or of the casual races, so...
Yeah, no, he did do all of his qualifiers. That was like 12 races, but besides that, I don't think he's been doing much. Not doing much of red speedruns. Sure, very interesting life. And we'll get him in for comments, hopefully, in a minute or so.
Bill missing Blizzard. Very annoying stuff.
Yeah, not the best health for Bill here. I'm not sure what he might choose to do. Probably to super and play safe is the correct thing.
Alright, took a second to think about it, seems. Full restoring.
Going with the full restore, okay.
Hey, that's what it was for. I mean, it does guarantee him finishing pretty easily.
Yeah, only Sky Attack crit is the only way to die here.
And if you get Sky Attack crit, it just wasn't meant to be. Luckily, though, he's gonna get Whirlwind into Whirlwind, and we won't have to worry about it. There's one. Oh, close.
Alright, that works.
Alright, so BillBonzai is through. He is not on PP up route, so he does need to switch to Thunderbolt on Gyarados.
Or if he knows about the secret strategies of Blizzarding.
Of Blizzarding Rhydon.
I said Onyx, but yeah, Rhydon. Slightly faster animation with
Outside of Red
animations
Bar.
on here.
Wait, is it faster with Red Bar?
Without Red Bar, Blizzard is... Yeah, Thunderbolt on Gyarados is faster. With Red Bar, Blizzard on Rhydon without Red Bar.
Boom, knowledge drop. Alright.
But it's
Thunderbolts.
not a big deal.
Yeah. Plus, I like the Thunderbolt animation a lot more than I like the Blizzard animation, so... This is a nice little treat. Bill gonna finish with, I believe, a high 156 here.
Looks like someone might be heading over to get the Master Ball.
Yep. Pinkish is gonna catch me too, but it's gonna be too slow because Bill will finish.
Actually, I think you take the elevator now. Maybe this is the best way to get there. You just take the regular route.
Yep. So actually it's faster to go to the 3rd floor. That's where the warp tile to get to the Viridian Rival is, or the Sylph Rival is. GG's BillBonzai, by the way. Really good run, very unfortunate moments, but he stuck it through. We'll see what Pinkish uses his wonderful Master Ball for.
I hope he just goes and like catches a Pidgey.
Go catch Snorlax.
Maybe he's a fan of Moltres.
Maybe he's gonna do Nidominip again. No, you
He's
sell it for
selling
0.
Yes.
So yeah, hilariously enough, there are some items that they just don't give you anything for. Moonstone's another one.
Yeah. Elixirs and ethers. I think PP Up actually does sell for money.
I believe Ether sells for 600, and Elixir sells for 15 or something like
I thought they
that.
sold for 0. I could be wrong though.
It might be different games.
Hi,
Yo, what is up, BillBonzai?
Hey there, Bill.
I'm going to buy a new controller.
Yeah, that.
OMG, my trip extended failed because of that.
We were so happy that you got through Moon Manip without any trouble.
Yep,
Our
yep.
breath was held.
I train before the run and I have no problem, and the race begin. But pretty happy about my run. Many mistakes, but it was not great, but not awful. But I think I'm not my time is not enough. Well, I'm going to
Probably not,
retry
but-
next year.
Yeah,
You never
I mean,
know. It's still better than the best 3rd place time, so that's something. So you're not knocked out there, but yeah, it'll depend on how other 2nd place finishers wrap up. So
you just need to join the 2nd place chorus in chat that's rooting against other 2nd places. No, honestly though, good showing. Really good showing from you. Yeah, no. I mean, how do you feel about just different things that happened in the run. Like,
die into Miss Rock Slide, and I switch on Paras because uh, I try to get fast with my controller, and I felt many time I need to take more time because I want to make buffer to go fast
right.
during the menu, and I made many mistakes because of that.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was definitely one of those mistakes that we've all made that's just like extremely frustrating, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say when you use a revive, remembering that the cursor stays on the Pokemon is so tough for me. The other
Yep.
thing, using a Max Ether and the cursor going from Bubble Beam to Horn Drill and Sylph, that's another one I've messed up so many times.
Yeah.
Using the wrong
Also, that Paris just refused to die. Like,
move.
So
it crit the Ghastly, it lived, you switch in and get confused instantly.
yes,
Like, that fight
I
just
lose
kind of hurt.
I lose 90 seconds because of that, and after that no many mistake, but X accuracy on lens because my computer don't take the second B press.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate to see. Uh, but it happens.
Yep.
To answer, hope I'm saying it right, Iliad Neko. The next race. Oh wait, is that the right person who asked the question? Oh, that's not who asked
It
it.
was
Orca.
Orcahontas.
Your question: is there more races today? Not today. Tomorrow at noon Eastern Daylight Time, there will be a race between. Let's see, video game
Matic
Matic.
versus Streetkin versus Yujito.
Yeah, that'll be a good one for sure.
Then at 4 Eastern, me and Square are both racing, but we're not racing each other. It'll be me versus current world record holder Hongbro versus current world record holder in a bunch of other games, Wartab. And then it'll be Square versus ETN versus Action. They'll both be
And
happening on
Gandalf.
SpeedGaming.
Gandalf will also be competing.
Well, Gandalf will be
Gapler.
competing against all of you.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the full restore. We were wondering about that.
What?
You picked up the full restore. What was, I guess, the idea behind it in your menus and in your routing?
Yep. The full restore before the bot.
Yeah.
Yep, I take it for many safety and for buy a revive. With my road, I don't take the pepit, the nuggets, and I have one revive and one X item in more. And if I need a revive, when well, I take the revive during the safari zone.
All right. Yeah, I guess Pinkish didn't want to jump in, so
Yeah, haven't seen Pinkish in chat since selling the Master Ball, so perhaps that was the statement that Pinkish wanted to make.
it was quite the statement. But yeah, I think then we can sign off for the day. Uh, anything else for us, Bill?
Oh no. Good luck to other runner. Uh, it's going to be hard. So I'm going to commentary, fresh commentary for the run with Draken, Aitien, and Gorgier.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's honestly
nice.
really cool to see people holding down the different language restreams. So thank you for that. And thank you for racing. This was a good one. Right. I think we are done, so I'm going to end the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and hope we see you on the next race, which is once again noon Eastern. Probably on twitch.tv/Alan. Yeah.
Vohai.